Yo te traigo esta bomba puertorriqueña.
Okay, I'm going to seasoning the pork chops. So I have this clean and dry container, and I also have a 1 cup measurement cup, which I'm going to put approximately 2 cups, I'm sorry, of the all-purpose flour. I use an all-purpose flour, plain. And depending on how many pork chops you're making, you can make more if you want. But we're gonna start by 2 cups, okay? You can use less, you can use more. And then we're going to seasoning the flour. I'm going to use seasoning salt. You can use adobo or you can use just regular salt. And that's depend on your tasting, okay? I'm just going to do it by, remember, I'm not going to seasoning the pork chop. I'm just going to seasoning the flour. So by tablespoon, I'm going to start adding in there. And I have approximately 6, I think it's 6 pork chops. I put like 3 tablespoons of the seasoning. If you not eating with too much salt, you can use only 2. Another seasoning I'm going to add in there is going to be onion powder. And I'm going to add, let's see, let's sprinkle some in there. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of the onion powder and garlic powder. And remember, you can add more stuff, or you can, if you don't want to have too much seasoning, just add the seasoning to your taste. And sazon, that's for color. Or you can use 1 envelope of the sazon. I use probably 1 teaspoon of that. And I had the turmeric. If you don't have the turmeric, you don't have to use it, but I've been using the turmeric. And I'm going to put 1 tablespoon. And I'm also going to use paprika. Make sure you mix everything. And here is the crushed red pepper, okay? This is what I'm going to give them the spicy flavor to that meat. If you don't eat spicy, you can let that out. Add 3 tablespoons of the crushed pepper. And if you don't have the crushed pepper, also you can add some of the cayenne pepper and black pepper. I just sprinkle some in there. And now you're going to combine all this seasoning into your flour. I have oregano, ground oregano. Add 1 tablespoon. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave this, I'm going to put it in with the flour. But I'm going to leave this for approximately 3 to 4 hours, okay? So make sure you press it down, turn it. That way the pork chop, the chuletas get the flavor, okay? We're going to do that, and we're going to do it to every single pork chop. And you're going to put it on a plate or on a tray, or on a baking pan, okay? I'm going to show you another one. So you press it down, make sure it's covered with the flour. And that's going to change later on, because remember, the pork chops are kind of wet. So you're not going to throw the flour. You want to save it for, because we're going to make a gravy. And we're also going to review the pork chop. We're going to, after 3-4 hours, we're gonna do another coat. I'm gonna go ahead and continue doing all my pork chop, and then I'm going to show you what we're going to do next. But remember, we're going to wait for 3 to 4 hours. And if you want to do it right away, that's that's fine. Okay, I'm going to cover it one more time, and that's optional if you want to. Okay, now in a big saucepan, we're going to put some oil. And you can put less oil than that, okay? I just exaggerate a little bit. You can put just a little bit less. And then we're gonna put it in medium high. Let it the temperature, this is very important. The temperature can be too high or it can be too low, because it's too high, it's gonna burn, and the pork is gonna be raw. So I pass it one more time, and then we're gonna fry them. And you don't have to do that if you don't want it. You can just put the flour and throw it in the oil, okay? So we're gonna wait until the oil is hot, and then we're gonna start frying them, chuletas. Now we're gonna fry the pork chop for approximately 4 to 5 minutes per side. That depends on the size of your pork chop. Some pork chops are thick, so it's gonna take longer, but this one is pretty thin, so we're gonna flip them to the other side, and then we're gonna cook it to the other side. Okay, so I'm gonna say probably 4 minutes per side, until the pork chops are done. Now we're gonna flip them to the other side. Okay, my pork chops is done. I'm going to continue fry the other ones, and then I'm going to show you the last step, which is going to be how to make the gravy. And that's optional. You can eat it the way it is, or you can go ahead and make a gravy. But I'm going to fry the other ones, and then I'm going to show you. This is how it looks. And you can put it in paper towel to absorb some of the grease, okay? Okay, as you see, I put a lot of oil, so we're gonna take some of the oil. We're gonna use probably a different other. I'm gonna use a new one, and I'm just gonna sprinkle some of the oil in there, just a little bit, and then we're gonna make a gravy for that. If you want to add some mushroom, and then that's the time to saute the mushroom in there. You can saute it, and you can put mushroom and onions if you like, or just leave it plain. I'm using the same flour we use the chuletas. Because you can use a new flour, but I'm gonna use the flour I use for the chuletas because that has the seasoning in there, so the gravy gonna have some flavor. And I'm going to add, after this, we're not going to reuse this for anything else. We're just going to throw it away, put 2, 3, 4, 5, approximately 5 tablespoons, and then we're going to cook that for approximately 2 minutes. We're going to cook the flour. And now I'm going to show you how many cups I'm adding in there. That's 1 cup. And that's depending on how much gravy do you want to make. You can add more water and more flour if you like. I'm gonna add approximately 2 cups of water. I use a half measurement cup, so that's why you see like 4, but it's usually 2. And then we're gonna let it cook for 2 minutes, 1 to 2 minutes. After you see it's like a gravy, it looks like a gravy, thick. So it don't take much to to thicken up. Okay, it's ready. Two things you can do. You can put the pork chop inside the gravy, or you can put that pork chop in a plate and then put the gravy on top, or put the gravy on the side. So that's now is your option. So that this gravy is ready to go. You see? So I have my pork chop in here, and then I'm going to pour some on top. And this is a little bit spicy. So in here is the final result of my pork chop with gravy, and you know, have a lot of flavor. So I hope you guys like it. If you like it, please thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos. And I served mine with lazy rice. With this rice have ground beef and garbanzo beans and all that stuff, and I had that recipe in my channel. Some green beans and the pork chop. So thank you for watching. Until the next video.